And welcome to Touch Base Day. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I always do. Sounds like my sound is different. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? And as clockwork, it keeps changing. What is going on with StreamYard? It keeps changing. What is going on? Anyway, y'all, how are you all doing? It is a new day. It is a new day. It is Monday. I do believe Monday. What, today's the 6th? It is the 6th. Or is it the 5th? No, it's the 5th. It's the 5th. And it's a new day. It's another warm day expected here in New York City. When is autumn coming to New York? When is autumn coming to New York? I like autumn. I like autumn weather. I like to wear the sweaters. I like to wear jackets, blazers. And it's too hot to do it all. It's too hot to do any of it. What's going on? How is everyone doing? I hope you had an amazing weekend. I trust you had a wonderful weekend. I did. We had a great time here in New York. I was out several days. For those that missed, I was online, just decided to just walk around and put in 7 miles the other day and walked around and walked around Fort Greene, then went downtown Brooklyn, then went to was it Cobble Hill, and then from Cobble Hill went to the Gowanus and showed off the Gowanus. Man, when I was growing up, the Gowanus don't look nothing like it was when I was growing up. The Gowanus now has become, as they are calling it, the Riviera. Who would have ever thought the Gowanus Canal has homes and beautiful apartment buildings aligned on both sides of the canal, and the canal has been cleaned up. Man, I tell you, gentrification is no joke. Gentrification is a woo. It changes everything, doesn't it? Oh, let's say good morning to some folks. Oh, Jazzy is in the building. She gets the gold today. Look at Jazzy Jazz. Jazzy is getting the gold today. She says, good morning, beautiful people. And Chris is in the building also with the silver. It's a whole nother, the top tier has changed. Chris R says, good morning. And Omar gets the bronze. He says, good morning. Look at that. The whole top tier has changed this morning. Nice. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? And Bryson's in the building. He says, what's up, Ron? What's up, everybody? Happy Money Making Monday. It's a new month. It's a new week. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And G is in the building. She says, morning. I love her picture on her page. It's so good. And Omar, you sleepy? What are you sleepy from? Omar, you know who I ran into on yesterday? I ran into Susan Simbala. I ran into her yesterday, she and her daughter. It was so nice to see her. Long time. It was long time. She was out. They had, here in Brooklyn yesterday, we had what's called the Atlantic Antic. And that's when they closed down Atlantic Avenue, which is a major throughway here in New York City, in Brooklyn. And all the vendors come out. There's food, there's music, there's dancing, there's bands. There was everything. It was a good day to be out. And when my buddies came in, one of my dear friends came in, and my brother was here. We just had a good time walking Atlantic Avenue. And then Omar, I ran into Susan. I said, Susie. We're all grown adults now, but I said, Susie. And that was her nickname when we were all growing up. But it was so good to see her. And it was just really good to see her. Susan Simla, so beautiful. I mean, she's no, I know her similar, but she's married. I forget her husband's last name. So haven't seen them in a long time. And I see in the building also is the great DS. Good morning, Ron, in the Touch Base Daily family. DS here. And so a lot is going on in the country. The country is still, America is still on a shutdown, government shutdown, which is not good for the people. And also, people are getting um, laid off instead of what they used to do is do furloughing. And so that's that's going to hurt some people. And to be quite frankly, the government has been shut down for months now. It's just now, you know, it's official. But today's Motivation Monday, so we'll talk more. We'll have our Motivation Monday. Also, just to kind of like let you know where I'm going for the next 2 weeks. Well, obviously, you guys know I hand in the keys to the apartment in 2 weeks. Can you believe it's already here, y'all? It's already 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, literally less than 10 days. I'm sorry, less than 20 days. So I'll be handing in the keys and the apartment will be gone and I will be moving. So next week is going to be a big moving week. So I will not be here. We will not be unless, I mean, I mentioned to Chris this morning, if Gwendolyn wants to take a day and Chris take a day, they're more than welcome. But I will not be here. I will be trenched in with packing what's left. I'm trying to get all the packing done by the end of this week. And then Got Junk is coming in to grab some stuff next week. And then the moving people come in on the weekend. So that's it. And I will be officially a true nomad. And I will not have a permanent residence. I will be going from place to place, home to home, friends to friends. And so I'm looking forward to my new nomadic life, at least for the next 2 years. And we'll see but it's interesting as I step out on faith in this new arrangement here. All kinds of new things are happening, new doors are opening, new relationships, friendships, and it's just totally it's unpredictable. These next 2 years are probably the most unpredictable years of my life, and which is I'm excited about it. It's going to be a new journey. I'm going to take you with me on this journey, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be in different countries. We're going to be in different cities. We'll be in different states. And I keep hoping that there's an America to come back home to. So I keep saying that because I don't know if there's going to be an America when I leave, and I don't think the America that we have today is going to be the same America in the next 2 years. And but we'll see what happens. But I'm hoping that I hope the American citizens will rise up and realize that they have the power to make change and to stop the craze, the insanity. And power is with the people. And I am definitely committed to doing whatever I can do on this platform to keep people aware of what's happening. We just had a horrific, I mean, it was last week. I've been diving deeper into that situation in Chicago where they took the little babies and tied them with those little plastic those plastic handcuffs. Why would you do that to a child? Why would you do that to a child? And America is in if this was going on in any other country, and this was 10 years before the Trump years, if this was 15 years ago, America would be bringing sanctions to that country if it was doing what we're doing here. It would be sanctions. It would be no trading. It would be all kinds of stuff. And I am surprised that the rest of the world is not doing the same and saying, you know what, there should be sanctions on America for the barbaric things they're doing to people here. And it's criminal, it's barbaric, it's unconstitutional, it's against the amendments, freedom to gather, freedom of speech, freedom of due process. It is a bad situation. And again, another country, I think several other countries just put us on a danger list. Yes, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. And America is no longer a safe place. It is no longer a safe place. It is a dangerous place, according to other countries in the rest of the world. But we who are here, we can see the danger. It is unacceptable that little children are being torn out of their bedrooms, out of their homes, helicopters flying above, like this is some war-torn country. And it is horrific. It is just, there's nothing good to be said about America today. And it's even sadder that there's not it seems like a lot of America is just not even being fazed by it. And that is a concern. But they who lose their democracy will not appreciate their democracy until it's gone. And it's just kind of, it's frightening. I know there's some people that I know that are holding to faith, but also there's a whole nother faithful group that is think they're holding on to faith, but they're enjoying it. They are enjoying it. They call themselves Christians as well here in America, and they are venomous, and they are vipers, and they are bitter, angry Christian white nationalists. And unfortunately, there are Black people that have joined them. There are Spanish people that have joined them. There are Asians that have joined them. There are many minorities, I should say people of color, that have joined this white nationalist movement. And this is amazing that people have joined something that hates them. Could someone help us make sense of this era that we're living in? Make sense of how poor people are voting against their own needs, voting with billionaires because they are deceived to thinking, I don't want that Spanish person to get what I can. I want it, but I don't want the Spanish person to get it. I don't want those Mexicans to get it. I don't want those Black folks to get it. So I'll have no health care. I'll have no dental care. I'll have no hospitals, long as they don't get it. You hear us say all the time here in this community, racism is a nasty drug. It's a nasty drug. Anyway, who else is in the building? Let's see here. Let's see who's in the building. What is this, Bryson? What Bryson says, welcome to spooky season. It's finally here. Are you guys getting ready for Halloween? How many of you guys decorate your home for Halloween? I saw some decorated homes while I was walking around Brooklyn on Saturday. And especially in the Gowanus, I was like, oh wow, you guys, they had all the spookies all up. Yeah, they had everything all built out. The courtyard, the gardens that they have in front of their houses and the brownstones, all built out. Let's see here. I see some more exchanges of love. Hello, Gwendolyn. Hello, Bryson. Hello, this person. No, just teasing you. Omar says, busy weekend photographing at the State Fair of Texas. I saw your footage and I said, oh, yes, Omar, and you're doing it and doing it well. 60-year-old man out there at the fair photographing and doing it well. And Kelly A's in the building. What's up, Kelly A? She says, good morning, everyone. So good to see you. And DS says, it was nice seeing you this weekend at my church in Brooklyn. That was a good moment for me. Hey, Omar, did you know DS used to go to Brooklyn Tabernacle? Did not know that. We all went to the same, we all, DS, just so you know, Omar, we used to go to Brooklyn Tabernacle also. As a matter of fact, Omar was my first friend at the Brooklyn Tabernacle Church in Brooklyn. I visited on a Tuesday night, and Omar came over to me and said, hey. And I said, who? And I was like, in my head, I was like, who are you? And that was 40 plus years ago. Well, no, about 40 years ago. And I was like 20 years old. Yeah. So, oh, wow. It was 20. Yeah, that's 41 years ago, Omar. And walked up to me and said, hello. This is your first time here? And I was like, yes. I just came to the prayer meeting. And yes, the DS went to Brooklyn Tabernacle also. So small world. Kimmy Kim is in the building. She says, hi, Ron and everyone. Hi, Ron and everyone. And she said, I'm excited for you. Thank you, Kimmy Kim. And the Kimmy, I'm coming down to Philly. I got I'm putting my tours together. I got a Delaware tour going. I got like 5 or 6 people in the Delaware area I'm going to visit. I got people in North Carolina that I'm visiting. And now that my best friend has moved to Florida, one of my best friends moved to Florida last week. Now I have to go to Florida. So now I got him, Dr. Tachi, and my cousins. So I will be visiting Florida in the winter months. I would never go to Florida in the summer. It's too hot for me. He says, a professional bum. A professional nomadic bum. She says, Chris and I can surely handle producing the show. You know it. Gwendolyn, I would never have any doubt. You guys can rock it, can take the wheels. Jesus, take the wheel. No, I'll be saying, Chris and Gwendolyn, take the wheel. And so I'm looking forward to taking a week off and just work hard and get this apartment all packed up and ready to go. And Kimmy Kim says, hey, to the food to Mr. DS. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And lots of Chicago is going in war zone, having children. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, Bryson. Chicago is going in war zone, having children naked outside. They went into that housing and terrorized. Unacceptable. And I just don't know. I don't understand. There's no outrage. Where is the outrage? I mean, there's outrage here and there. But you would think they would be. Well, now let me go back. Chicagoans, am I saying it? Chicagoans, they did come out this weekend in protest. They did. And I do believe someone said it was the largest protest in Chicago history. A lot of people came out this weekend. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. So people are coming out, but it's, man, horrible. Bryson is giving us all the pop information. He said, Biddy has been sentenced 4 years in prison. And I told my brother, I said, it's 4 years, 2 months, and 5 years probation for Mr. P. Diddy. And I knew that was going to happen. I said, they're gonna let this man off free. My brother was like, oh no, he's gonna get off, Ron. He's gonna get off. I was like, no, 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 no. He's gonna serve up to 5. I said at least 5 years. And so yeah, 5 years. I was just off by 8 months. Yeah, something like that. Elise is in the building. Good morning, Elise. She says, good morning, Ron. And she also says, they are playing on their fears and hatred. Yes, they are. This is what we were talking about earlier. It's just amazing. Like I said, it's amazing to see people vote and go against their needs. I don't understand how any Black person could support this regime. I don't understand how any Spanish person, and if the, not to target my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, because I have a lot of Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. Omar is in the building. He'll tell you. That's my brother. Their display of ignorance and ugly behavior against what's his name, Bad Bunny, is outlandish. Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican, I do believe, and Puerto Ricans, the last I checked, Puerto Rico is a part of America. And they're acting like the Puerto Ricans are not a part of America. The bigotry, the anger, an avalanche of stupidity. Man, you're going after Bad Bunny is one of the most famous recording artists of our time. America, America, America. Jelly says, that's it. Racism, I'll suffer as long as they don't have anything. That's exactly how that's the mindset. Give me no dental care, no health care, no food. As long as the Mexicans are not getting it, I'm okay. I'll live in this old shack. I'll hang out in Appalachian America and just hang out in a shack. Nothing against Appalachia. I mean, racism is some kind of drug. And these billionaires and rich people keep using the drug because it's a drug, and there's an addiction to racism. These people love you have to be of some kind of nasty mindset to assault children, no matter what color they are. We are living in one of the most sick, and I know there's a lot of bad history in America, all of us who study history. But this is like something from a really bad movie. Hey, Dr. Tachi's in the building. Hey, Dr. Tachi, make sure you guys tune into Indie Soup. Indie Soup is in the building. Dr. Tachi, she wears the brand of Indie Soup. And so many great talents on Indie Soup. So you're missing out if you are not signed and subscribed to Indie Soup Media on YouTube. Make sure you do that. And make sure, if you are here, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the like. You can even share it. Even though I'm ranting and raging. Even though I'm ranting, because it needs to be heard. Needs to be said, I should say. Bryson says they are upsetting because Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, as soon as he got the racist trolls, they've been all in, and just all in. You would think Bad Bunny came from another planet. Dia says, oh yeah, the iguanas, yeah. I don't do Halloween, says Chris R. I do not do Halloween. Bryson's in the building. Okay. Hey, Arlicia is in the building. Can I just tell you, Arlicia has been hanging out with us on our game nights. Y'all, we have a good time on our game nights. And we'll be knocking out those games. Wordle, connections, and spelling bee. Okay, let me see what else you guys are saying. Lisa's in the building also. Make sure you hit the likes if you're in the building. I can see the waves of people coming in, waves and going out, waves, going in, waves, going out in waves. Lisa said, hey guys, happy Monday. Bryce says, well, Chris, maybe sometimes you get scared. You get scared of Halloween. No, some people don't practice Halloween. Some people don't practice it. They don't play. They don't indulge. Lisa says, I walked by a protest in front of the main library in Manhattan for Palestine, for Palestinians. It was so peaceful. The news always makes it seem so awful. It's always peaceful. I have not been so far to a bad or outlandish or crazy or wild protest for the Palestinian movement. Nope. Lisa said, in actuality, he did get off because 4 years compared to life. He got off and he got to keep his money because they would definitely trying to take it with the RICO charge. They also said several lawyers that they interviewed about the P. Diddy verdict. I should say, yeah, his sentencing is that they said that 5 year, like under survey, like under the courts, like checking and make sure he does everything right, is the tricky part, because most people like P. Diddy or like remember O.J. Simpson and most people that are egomaniacs or like have this mindset that they could do whatever they want usually they end up breaking their probation. And they said that was one of the triggers they had to put that in there because they had a feeling that he will break his probation. Let's see here. I see Elisa also says the base is so dumb. Puerto Rico is America. Exactly. Puerto Rico, which is a beautiful place. I love Puerto Rico. It's a beautiful place. Lisa, and I put a post of how Dump said he met the. Oh, did y'all hear this? Let me just finish what Lisa was saying. And I put a post of how Dump said he met the president of the Virgin Islands. He is the president of the Virgin Islands. Dumb, dumber, and dumber. I shook my head. I just could not. I keep saying this country's in trouble. Bryson says Puerto Rico is part of the United States, Dumbo. Exactly. Jazzy says we have to understand racism is the foundation of our nation. The sooner we figure that out, the better. Kimmy Kim says I did have a good weekend. The food plane and at the food plane. As for DS, the weather was beautiful. It was beautiful in the Northeast. The Northeast had amazing weather this weekend. Elise says exactly, Jazzy. Racism is the foundation of the caste system in this country. And we always have to remember, like we learned from our wonderful Elise and also by some of us who read the book or saw the movie Caste, that I don't know if we can say that is Otzi's word, the Otzies. Can we say that on YouTube? I don't know, but y'all know what I mean. In Germany, when the Otzies went and did their thing and they did their studies, they came to America to do their research. And then when they got their findings, they said, we can't do all that. We can't be, as cruel as they were. They felt that Americans were more cruel than they were. But they got their lessons from the American white Christian nationalists, or the white population in America that hated Black people so much, and people of color. The Nazis, I'll have to say it, they learned from America. So when people say, oh, you're acting like you're acting like those in Germany. Mm-mm, mm-mm. If you know your history, they got it from America. So don't blame it on the Germans. Ali says law enforcement officers are the ones who cause most of the disturbance during the protests. Always. They're the ones that cause the disturbances. Elisa says, yes, knowing him personally, that's going too hard for him. Cass says, blessed and motivated Monday. Hey, Cass. Cass is in the building. So there's things that you need to have on your radar. One is obviously continue to look at the government shutdown, because a lot of people are also going to get laid off and fired. Only to, we already know, if you read Project 2025, you know that these people that have lost their jobs under Doge and under these, getting rid of the departments, they are going to bring those people back. Not the people that actually were fired. They're bringing back white men who are loyal to Trump. And that was part of Project 2025, was to dismantle the employees of the government, to get rid of them, so that way they can bring back people that were loyalists. Yes. And when you have it's like that in most dictatorships, so that the people that are working for the government are loyalists. And by being loyalists, they are going to vote for that government. And they keep that government in power because of their allegiance to having jobs, and their welfare is connected to their jobs and to the dictator. Okay, Elise and Jazzy's comments are not on my feed. Oh, really? Why not? Why not? And Don Cass says, I had an insightful and restful weekend. Also, Lisa says, I went to the city for French butter, to Brooklyn for caviar, had pool time, and I had a great weekend. The weather was perfect. It was. Okay, and Kimmy says, Lisa, I had to change my feed from top messages to all messages, comments. Okay, there you go. And I think we're all caught up. So there we are. Now, this last one out there. Project 25 had a hiring component. Yes, it did. Fill out your application. Yes, it did. It said they want to get rid of the people and then rehire. It was right there, black and white. Elise, am I lying? Where's Elise? Right? That was in Project 2025. To eliminate the job, the people that are in the jobs, and then replace them with loyalists. Jazzy says, I don't think people understand the state of our current system and how government works. Play an integral role. Yep, Cass says, I recall seeing it. Lisa says, but who are they hiring? White men. Interesting. They did a survey. I do believe, I forgot the numbers. Gosh, I had the numbers. The same percentage of Black women that lost their jobs, that percentage, wherever that percentage was, I think it was 6%, or I think I want to say it was 6% that lost their jobs. White men gained 6% in jobs. There you have it. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. I mean, look at the militias that have been hired allegedly to be ICE. You don't think all these people are from just like went to training and and went to academy and study law and understand the Constitution and study the amendments and like most law enforcement officers, like, say what you will, you do need to study to be a professional police officer in most places, right? But no, not for the militias. They got money. This was the best exchange for the white men of this country that feel like they were trodden upon. Now they have jobs. They have jobs. They were hanging out in hillbilly Virginia, West Virginia, right? Like Vance was saying, the hillbilly. They were just part of the militias. They were part of January 6th. And now they have jobs in the government, allegedly, that they are part of ICE. They are ICE. And that's why they're so cruel, because they do not see people of color as their equal. They are the militias sold together to become ICE. Lisa says, I wasn't asking the question. Oh, let me go back. I've missed this one, Lisa. Lisa says, the people that they're hiring have absolutely no experience. So we see how that's working out for the cabinet. Now you're going to fill all the civil services positions with prejudiced white men. FOT it. Yep. It was in Project 2025. I don't know if you guys read it. I still tell people, you want to know what's going on? Well, you might want to go to Project 2025 and give it a glance. Now you can just go to the what do you call it, the appendix, and just read the content. And you can just say, oh, they did that. Check. They did that. Check. They did that. Check. Remember, 40%, 45%, or probably at this point, last month it was 45% of Project 2025 has already been executed. And Lisa says, I wasn't asking about it. It was rhetorical. Omar says, the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys got work. That's right. That's right. Yep. And that has been published on some of the media. Yes, there are some links to the Proud Boys and those folks, the militias, are now part of ICE. Thus, the cruelty. And let's see here. And we try to tell, yep, that's right, Bryson said, and we try to tell y'all, we try to warn them. They didn't listen, and they gotta suffer. Yep, that's what happens when you don't listen. They didn't want the Black woman. Kimmy says, government has a good training program. So I think they train those newbies for basic understanding and then get them to think like them if they don't already. These are not police officers. These are the militias. And they're going to expand even more, because guess what? They got the largest budget of any department in America, next to the military, ICE. And I am still hoping that the Democrats, and I know I say the Democrats generally, I just want to see more Democrats, because there are Democrats working. There are Democrats that are working hard. But I just wish the leadership of the Democrats will get it together. The Schumers of it all. The Schumers, Hakeem Jeffries, and a bunch of others. They need to be making commercials right now. They should be doing commercials and running those commercials in the red states and saying, this is why you are not getting what you need. They need to forget about going, you already got the blue states. Go to the red states. They need to be doing town, what do you call it? Town, talk conversations, town halls, do town halls throughout the red counties, the red states, the red everything. They need to be going door to door and trying to reason with these people if they can. And if they can't, they just walk on, just leave and go to the next door. They need to be like evangelists. There's not enough Democratic representation out in the world hanging out with people that are independents. Forget the Republicans, forget the Reds. The independents that are peppered between everyone. There needs to be more presence. Democrats, get it together. You should be running commercials. You got to hit them on commercials, social media, in the streets. I know. Some people get upset when I talk about the Democrats, but that's okay. I love the Democrats. Again, they have done great for our country. Without them, we would be poor as a country, because the Democrats always bring us out of what the Republicans mess up. Derek says, I believe they have deviated from the actual training, how they went. Yeah, these people are not trained under the regular law enforcement rules. You can tell. You don't shove people, you shove a journalist down to the ground, shoving women, beating women, beating men up in the streets. These people are, I can't stand it. Jazzy says, Kimmy Kim, the problem is that they train is not going to be there because they are going to rewrite it to fit their needs. Elise says, hello, Kimmy. They are not training them. They are indoctrinating them. Exactly. Thank you, Elise. I knew you were there. I knew you were out there, Elise. Lisa says, I'm surprised our Mimi making president hasn't made a Mimi. What do you mean, mini me? Using Vanilla Ice's song, Ice Baby. Oh my gosh, Lisa. Lisa says now they have commercials for recruiting. Yes. And they can they start at $50,000 a year. And their college tuition. Remember, they didn't want Biden to do it, but under ICE, those that want to join ICE, you can have your college paid for. Yeah. It's amazing how it changes and how it's acceptable when it's for them. Hakeem is too busy quoting Biggie lyrics. Omar said, exactly, Ron. Commercials and town hall meetings to show the truth. They gotta go door to door. They have to. Democrats get it. You gotta go. You can't. I say what you want about ALC, but she just did. She's always on our feed on Instagram sharing. Same thing with Jasmine Crockett. Share. These are If the old guard can learn what the new guard is doing, we will be in a better place. Jasmine Crockett, she even has a show that she does every week to talk the truth. Man, y'all gotta get the truth out. We have to get the truth out by any means necessary. Every platform, I try to use this platform. If you have a platform, you gotta share. You gotta speak the truth. You gotta save the country. If you don't, it won't be a country to save. Derek says Lisa Seeley he's too stupid to think of that song. Kimmy Kim says, in order to operate some systems in government, you have to know how it works. It is more what I was thinking about than the rest. Okay. Jazzy Jazz says, I do agree. They need to have more forceful ways of getting their message across. There are some Democrats that are doing it. Like, yeah, here's one. Dr. Taji said, like Storwell. What's his name? I forgot this guy's name. It's easy. Doctrination is a draft. Yep. Me. Hakeem. You're trying to get me to say Hakeem, right? Okay. Meme. Okay. Anyway, it's time for our Motivation Monday. I gotta let you guys go. We will end every day, hopefully at 12 o'clock on the dot. So let's go to the videotape. Motivation Monday. It is a Motivation Monday. And let's close out with something really cool. I think this will help you all. Oh, just so you know, today, if you are in New York City, let me put this on the screen before I go there. I'm going to put this on the screen because this is so important. And Mr. Jamel Shabazz is having his book release today. So I will be there this evening to support here on Adams Street here in Brooklyn. Let me just get this up on the screen so you can see it. Wait, it was here. Where is it? It was on here. Okay. I have to get the information to you guys, but it'll be on the link. But it's at Adams Street today, here in Brooklyn, down near closer to Dumbo, and it is Jamel Shabazz is releasing his new book today. So we will be there to support. And I thought it was on his page. I thought he had it on his page. I don't see it there any longer. I'm pretty sure it's still going on. Let me see. Let me just slide through his page a little bit. Here we go. Let's see. I know I saw it on his page. Okay, maybe. Okay. I'll find it and I'll attach it. But it is today. I do believe it's at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Adams, I think it's 240 something Adams Street. I do remember seeing it. So let's support Jamel Shabazz. She said, I can't let you go out like that, Ron. Okay, got you. Been saying all along, need unity. We need unity, and we still need to do it. I will always give credit to Elise for this, and I hear some people talking about it now. I have heard some people talking about shut the country down, not the government. The government, if the government, they want to shut the government down, that's their business. But you know what? What really is our business? We, the people, have the power. We, the people, can shut the country down. And we, the people, have learned through the Kimmel situation. Look at Target. You go to Target stock prices. You can see that when the people put their mind to something and do it collectively, we could change the country. Yes, we could put a stop to ICE. We could put a stop to it all. Elise says she has some videos coming out. Good job. I can't wait so I can push them out. I always push out good videos. I keep repeating them, keep putting them out. Okay, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the likes. But here we go. Let's go with all you photographers in the building, all you want to be photographers in the building. Here's your Motivation Monday. And this is on my Patreon page. Well, the Patreon folks got this already. So this is on my Patreon page. So let's do that. And this is called For the Visionaries Behind the Lens. Monday motivation for the visionaries behind the lens. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to close out with some encouraging words? Because there's a lot. We've talked a lot of dark stuff. America is a dark place right now. But this is beyond America. This is for the photographers. This is for the artists. This is for anyone out there that's a creative. Monday motivation. Legacy isn't built in a day. It's built in the daily. Can I say it again? Legacy isn't built in a day. It's built in the daily. Each morning, the light shifts. Each frame you choose, each story you honor, each moment you preserve is a brushstroke on the canvas of your creative legacy. Whether you're capturing the quiet dignity of a doorway, the electric joy of a crowd, I love that, or the soul of a space, you're building something that lasts. Touch Base Daily and our photography communities can be your canvas. Show up with courage. Share with intention. Connect with heart. This week, let your lens be bold. Let your edits be brave. Let your presence remind others that artistry is a practice and community is the masterpiece. Keep showing up. Your legacy is unfolding. So that it just short and sweet. Show up every single day. Every little thing you do, every little thing you do in your business, every little thing you do as a photographer, every little thing you do as an artist. Rome was not built in a day. It takes a daily regiment of doing something consistently for it to grow and take root, right? Even when you take a handful of seeds and throw it to the ground so it can grow, right? You take those handful and throw it to the ground. It needs sun every day. It needs water. It needs to go dry sometimes and then get wet again. It needs some looking after, like Elise does in her garden, right? Everything you do, you want legacy. The only way you're going to get legacy is through doing it over and over again. But not only that, but doing a little bit of it. One of my friends, he was doing his this weekend. So this was one of my inspirations. He was so frustrated because he was cleaning out his smartphone because his smartphone had like 100,000+ photos in it, and so he couldn't get the new download from Apple for the new ISO 26. And it was so overwhelming. Just so much memory had to be cleared. But it didn't, you couldn't just do it like that. It was a daily process this weekend. He started on Friday. I do believe it was Friday or Thursday. And he had to go and move files pieces at a time onto external drives, one at a time. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. And before you knew it, he freed up memory. Nothing is accomplished in just one swoop. Well, I should say nothing. Once in a while it happens. But most things that are legacy driven, it requires over and over and over, showing up over and over and over again. Oh, and I see Kimmy, she hit one of those little super stickers on the YouTube channel, right? There, thank you, Kimmy Kim. Kimmy Kim, thank you for supporting 1999. Nice super sticker. Yeah, those little super stickers under the comment box. You'll see a little, it's like dollars with a band around it. That's how you get those super stickers, in case you don't know. Thank you, Kimmy Kim. And but yes, keep doing it. Don't give up. Learn your craft. Learn your craft. If you learn how to do black and white photos today, I should say shadows and light today, then tomorrow you're going to learn how to do, color circle. Or maybe you're looking at composition. Maybe you're looking at rule of thirds. Maybe you're looking at leading lines. It all adds up to your legacy. Right? I didn't just out of nowhere just say, hey, I'm just going to go to Africa and live. No, it took years to get to this place to now say, I'm going to Africa to go live or become a nomadic photographer. It doesn't happen overnight, y'all. And we live in the popcorn, part of our world where everything is quick. Life is not that way. It takes time to build legacy, but everyone can build legacy. So guys, go out there and build some legacy. Okay, here we go. Let me let you go before I say goodbye. Make sure you sign up for the email list on ronlewisphotos.com, and you get new service updates, industry news, and monthly trends. Be in the know. I am also an event photographer. I photograph events. So that is how I make my main money for clients at corporate events and for private events. Also, make sure, if you haven't, you'll see articles like this and little things that I put up for the Patreon community. Join the Patreon, become a Patreon member, and become in the know what we do here. And also, last but not least, join the YouTube channel. If you like what we do here, if you like the community here, join it. Hit a like, hit the subscribe, and share it. Okay, guys, I think we're good. We are good for the day. Thank you for joining me. And I'm so glad that you navigated the conversation today, as you always do. Yes, it's 2:02. And I'm out of here. I am out of here. Later, guys. Love you. See you tomorrow. Touch Base Daily Tip Tuesday is tomorrow. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.